The June 9th meeting of the Merrimack Agricultural Commission. The time is 7:05. Welcome to all. Comments from the press or public? Seeing none, we're going to move forward to new business. Item A is the community garden. As you know, it's almost mid-June. The community garden is well underway. We have 50 gardeners. Most everybody's happy. We have a few plots left if anybody's interested in joining us. $10 a 10 by 10 plot for residents of Merrimack, $15 for non-residents. The water is turned on. The ground is well on its way. It's warm and ready to be planted. So anybody out there listening or interested, please contact us or myself. Community Garden at Wasserman Park. Questions? Item B, I talked to Jolie. We're talking about 4-H scholarships and whatnot. So as of June 2nd, there's an email from Jolie. I just want to let you know I received a check from the Merrimack Agricultural Commission. I want to thank you for the donation. This money will use to help our members participate in several upcoming programs who otherwise might not have had the opportunity. And here's another email, June 3rd, when I asked about summer camp, 4-H summer camp. Hi, Bob. Unfortunately, both our summer camp and clinic programs have been canceled this year. One because we could not find enough staff, and the other because of COVID rules, we do not have enough space. We are going to have our Hillsborough County Fair in New Austin and working hard to make it a success as our members are ready to show off their animals and projects that they have been working on. At your next meeting, please thank the Agriculture Commission for their support of our Hillsborough County 4-H program. Many leaders, members, and families have benefited from your generosity. So thank you all, members of the commission, for supporting the 4-H program in
so I can.
Hillsborough County.
Now, is that, so they're not doing,
No summer camp
no,
because
we didn't give money for that anyway.
it's kind of outlined in there, right? Excuse me, it's outlined in there, Beth. You'll
Yep.
see.
Okay, good, thank you.
In last month's minutes, Paul had really defined it.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you should go with
Yes,
that.
good deal.
Questions on scholarship? There are other places we could send scholarships.
Now,
we have
we haven't heard from Holly.
Not yet, no, that's my fault. I didn't get in touch with her. A lot of things are going on, I'm sorry.
No, I understand.
There's still the Upreach Therapeutic in Goffstown to consider if we want to. Paul just told me the other high school client was declined. I will touch base with Holly in next week or two, I promise, and see where she's at. I think we got a little bit still to venture into scholarship with. So it's up to the commissioners, you know, which way they want to go. Further discussion? Upreach Therapeutic Equestrian Center in Goffstown. It's an unmounted teaching approach focused on mastering horsemanship skills to achieve therapeutic outcomes. Then there's therapeutic riding. It's a mounted equine assisted program on a 100-acre property. I had a discussion with one of the directors. 25 years ago, horses do work with children and or adults. They have a care and connections class. They have a summer program. And last year they had 3 to 5 kids participate from Merrimack. This year we don't know if there's any Merrimack participants, but it's for a nominal fee, I think you get a lot out of it, you know, from what I've understood from just my discussion with the director and the notes I took. So it's food for thought. We don't have to do it now. We can think about it next month if you want to. Or we could, I'm open for discussion.
Just so I'll make a correction in the minutes, because I'm looking at the treasurer's report, and it was, it was $500 for 10 Blue Seals.
They
so
took
can-
50 out of the community garden fund. to add
Oh, is
to
that what
Blue
they
Seal.
did with
Yeah,
that?
like
Okay,
they did
just
last year,
to-
but.
Well, we're talking about, money for another
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I just wanted to, I was just checking to see what our balance is for, before we go and appropriate.
Jolie notified, and Ronnie told me that Blue Seal had just got their check.
Yep, I
Wonderful.
went yesterday to the green store,
that's-
and Dan said, because originally I thought I was gonna grab the check and deliver it, but I guess it was mailed right to him,
Well,
so
that's
they're
what
all
we-
set.
That's what we
He,
agreed to.
He did the cards, they're in the safe, and they're ready for the fair, so we're all
Wonderful.
set on that end. He said, thank you very much.
But while Bob is talking about, any more donations for things, just so you know what our balance is, it's 2,000, 507. So we, we have to keep that in mind when you're talking about,
Well, even if you wanted to, leave $500 and change forever in the account, just to stay lively, we still have up to $2,000
Yeah.
if there was an interest or
so,
direction.
so as far as upreach, I remember you had said it was how much? Per student?
$380 for a week, $380.
For one kid for a week.
No, I thought it was for 7 weeks, wasn't it?
7 weeks, 1 hour for 7 weeks. So that's 35 days times 1 hour,
So that's 380 for 7 weeks at 1
Yeah.
hour,
like $10, $12 an hour.
yeah.
I mean, that's a very fair
Do
price.
we have any any people or
I don't have any
children or adults?
names to offer, but we could make the contribution and kind of suggest it should go toward Merrimack people in need, I think.
Well, we
Or,
should find out if there's some in Merrimack that,
Well, I did, I talked to her April 5th, according to my notes, and there was nobody from Merrimack signed up for 2021. Last year, 2020, they had 3 to 5 kids that came from Merrimack. And, they go there for a reason.
oh, it's a good program.
Yeah, I mean, to bond with the horses and the animals and participate, feel good about yourself. That's why, it's an upreach program. They reach into your heart and get you close to the animals. And the work you do there, I'm sure, is very refreshing.
Kids need that, really.
Absolutely. Therapeutic Horse Experience is the title of one of the,
I guess the next question would be, how many kids would we be willing to send? If it's 380 for one.
I
So-
think we just do a blanket donation.
So-
round
Oh,
and
okay, so
see what
just
happens.
give a regular.
I just kind of multiplied 3, so it'd be like 1,140
For 3 kids, yeah.
Okay.
for 3 children. Does that come out right to you?
Yeah, I did
Bob?
the math myself on my calculator, so yeah.
Divided by 3.
That's why I was asking, because if we did 4, it was like 1,500 and some change for 4
Well, we can't
kids.
do everybody, Ronnie, but,
Right, right, and I kind of dialed it back to 3. I mean, did you want to just give, instead of just doing like the exact amount for individuals, kind of like we do with Jolie, just give a lump sum and make it,
Something like $1,200 or something like that, or just 1,000?
because then that's
I'm
3
good
kids.
with that, but I
and
want to
extra.
hear all the commissioners speak of it,
Well, I think it's a good idea, and it's a wonderful program, and I think it's so beneficial, I mean, let's face it, being a horsey person.
I think that money goes a long way for that price.
It does, I mean.
Compared to other
other-
options we've visited,
Oh, it
so.
does indeed.
We have done a lot for 4-H children and for the fairs and, and for Joppa Hill. I think it'd be nice to give back to a program like this
Mhm.
for people that might want to do this and they may, we don't have the money to do it, things are tight, and if we can help a kid make it something, make that kid that, make their summer, I think it'd be beneficial for a lot of people.
I agree, Ronnie.
So,
Their families
so
included.
the bottom line is how much would you think?
I thought,
I want to hear from the other commissioners.
Oh, okay.
Now, do we don't know when those people signed up last year.
No, those are my notes from therapeutic.
I mean, I'd be more than willing to donate it, but I would like to see it go to someone who is from.
We could suggest when this check is sent that it goes in that direction. I mean, we don't have any, how do we quantify it? I mean,
I'm not opposed. I'd just do a flat fee. I wouldn't do individual people.
right,
mhm.
just a lump sum, just a, yeah.
Mm.
What's your flat fee in mind?
Well, what would it cost to send 3 people, right? You said 3 to 5 for Merrimack last year, we figured 3 people, what's that, nine something,
1140,
1140?
round number is 1200.
Just make it 1,200.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's,
that works.
Somebody want to make a motion?
All right.
I move that we donate $1,200 to the Upreach Therapeutic Equine Center in Goffstown, New Hampshire.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Okay,
All
Paul.
in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. I have to send an email to finance and I will work on that, get her done. Thank you all. I think it's a great sponsorship.
Oh, I think so too, you know, and there's a lot of families that their children
Especially
benefit from
after
that.
this
and-
year,
Kids need it, I mean, everything.
especially after this year.
After
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
year we've had, yeah, I
Right.
think it'd be
They
good.
have not been out at all, so
And can
now-
I borrow that paperwork as well, Bob?
Sure.
So I can have all the accurate information. Thank you.
Okay, where, I gotta find my page again. Right.
You looking for the agenda?
Here it is.
There it is.
Any further scholarship discussions, or enough for the moment?
I think that's good for now, unless somebody else has something new for the table. I mean,
Well, okay, then, Ronnie, we're gonna talk about the Eber and Trudy Memorial.
so item C.
Yes.
All right, so I had a job this last month. And I had 2 tasks: make sure Blue Seal got the money for the gift cards for the fair, and to do the Eber and Trudy Courier Memorial Plaque. So I was talking to Hudson Trophy. They're over on, I want to say it's Proctor Street, Nashua, right off the main drag there by the hospital.
Mhm.
I talked to Steve. He's a one-man show over there. We discussed, we all saw the state of New Hampshire plaque last time we were here. Has the clock on it, and it has the, it's kind of like the state of New Hampshire. It's lacquered real nice. That, I got the dimensions on that. It was 8 inches wide by 16 tall.
All right, here's 8 inches wide,
Yep.
and there's 16. This is 8.5 by 11.
Right, so it's be, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know what they look like. I've seen them before.
You seen those New Hampshire? Yeah.
The name, like the black piece of, like, we'll say slate colored.
The engraving.
Engraving part was 5 inches by 4 for the, where you'd put your quote you're saying, or who you're dedicating the plaque to. I said we have to order it. It'd take, couple weeks to come in, probably a couple weeks to do it out. Tape measure.
Well,
And,
then, just so we have a,
right.
just what you're saying 8,
mhm,
8 inches by 16.
so that's,
About a foot and a half. No, that's 18.
that's
A little
8.
under a foot and a half,
That's 8.
yep. And 16 tall, or long, rather.
16.
I think it's good, and it's got a nice clock on top of it.
Okay.
The total price was $135, and that's with the engraving. And he said, if we place the order, there's no money up front. When it's ready, we just pay for it, or the town will, however the check gets there, and that's it. $135 for that. He said estimated between 2 to 4 weeks. But right now, he said he's busy with baseball, softball trophies, and end-of-the-year awards, what have you, so.
Okay, so that's a great idea, but that picture over there I just drew
Mhm.
before I came here is a rare, very rough apple tree, Ron.
It's elementary.
Yeah, with no apples.
Mhm.
They shook the apples off it. Would you mind if we showed
Yeah.
a picture of an apple tree to somebody with those words inscribed in the lower left-hand, right-hand
I didn't
corner?
talk about custom work, I was looking at his catalog.
I
can
understand.
want me to ask this,
We
Steve?
saw the picture last
Yeah.
month. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Ask
Yeah,
the same
and-
guy, the same gentleman, the same company, go for there, and then if not, we can kind of.
I just
venture
have to
out.
find a picture of an apple tree, blow it up, put it on a 8.5 by
Mhm.
16 piece of paper, see what it looks like. Now, if he's not interested in hand scribing this apple tree, if we were to pick that, for instance,
I don't think he does that over there.
he uses existing stuff.
I think he orders from a catalog and he gets
Yeah.
stencils.
He's a traditional trophy builder. He's not a carver, not that type of work over there.
Well, it was suggested to me that we talk to a friend of ours that lives on Meeting House Road, who's a wood engraver, just to show him the picture, see if he's interested, with similar money or not, I don't know. Well, how do the other commissioners feel? I mean,
Well, I think we should check our options.
No,
and
yeah,
I
I
think an
don't-
apple
yeah.
tree would be very nice.
you know where it's gonna go, Bess, up on the wall,
Yeah.
you know, or on a
Yeah.
shelf or wherever.
Now, can we get that bigger than the 16 by
Yeah,
8?
you tell me, how big?
I thought it was a little small myself.
How
He
big?
I
told me.
want something, you know, that's.
24
gotta be
by-
18 to 24 inches big, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, like a real, something's gonna stick out, those clocks are not very big.
No. And that's, you know,
And you gotta get real close to read the engraving.
when we saw the catalog,
Well, this is
we all kind
24.
of liked that state of New Hampshire. That's why I
Yeah,
went with that
yeah.
when I was asking him,
So
you
you
know?
want 24 by,
All right, so when I talk to the engraver, give me a suggestion or
That's like 12.
feedback.
Who's the engraver?
Steve Buck,
Okay.
across the river.
Mhm.
Where's the money? What's the window? What do you suggest? I don't know if he knows, you know,
I mean, I'd be willing to pay up to $250.
well, a couple,
2 to 250?
I mean, it's,
Right.
Sam may work.
Even if it's a little over, if it's a little north of 250, I'm fine with that as well. I think that's a good ballpark.
Bess, how do you feel?
well, I think so. I think
18
it's
by 24?
I think they're worth it.
18
Yeah,
by
maybe
24.
Something on like a slab.
Oh, yeah, I'll get a
Slab,
slab,
You know,
yeah.
something
I'll
that's.
go up to the entrance.
Something that's fitting for the building, you know, that's gonna look like it belongs in there.
I guess we have to know if there's a shelf that'll take an 18-inch high. I haven't been to the Apple Room forever.
Well, it
Bess.
could be hung. The
Oh,
back.
yeah.
It'd probably be hung, so
Okay.
I would imagine.
That's what
put
I
a-
was thinking, it would be hung on the wall.
So now
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a gold chain.
Oh, I can get all that stuff, we don't even go to chain, I can ring it up though.
What do you got, Ronzoni? You got anything?
Well, I mean,
Gold.
I would
Yeah,
think it would
yeah.
be hung like a picture, so you'd actually put your brackets like halfway down, so.
Okay.
So it would hang like a picture, not hang from the chain.
You're right,
but
you're
It
right,
would be
yeah.
hang like a
You're
regular
right.
portrait.
Because
like-
there'll be some weight on a piece of wood that big, you know?
Well, you can use piano wire or something.
Okay.
Some good strong baling twine woven.
Let me work on the wood guy, and
Okay.
I'll get back to you guys in a week or two, once I know.
Are we looking at color, so that, or just
No,
kinda
I
like
don't
wood
think
burning,
so.
like a
Just
black and
natural.
white?
Maybe,
Black and natural
maybe a
wood?
light etching, I don't know if it's hand
Now-
tool, you know, a router, I don't know what it is.
Right.
Would,
Ronnie.
would
I'd
the
let the
tree,
craftsman decide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would the tree kind of be like, those old-fashioned tree of life style?
You got a picture? Send me a picture, Bess.
Yeah, I can,
I
Do
mean-
some surfing.
I
you
know
know.
you did a rough thing, but
You
you
know what
gotta
I
have
mean?
it.
The old-fashioned
Yeah.
tree of life came
Yeah.
down with it, and it could show apples, probably,
Right,
on it,
right.
or something, or just.
I haven't
something
looked on
like
the
that, but
internet
with-
either,
But
for a
maybe with
picture.
showing apples. 'Cause
I know he does bowls and really exotic fancy stuff. He has all that tooling.
When
And
are you
it-
going?
Huh?
When are you going?
I gotta call him. He's working full-time now, so I gotta call him.
Right.
Well, I think an apple tree
wanna
with
be there?
apples.
I'll go
should-
with you if you want.
Should have some apples on it, just.
Right, I agree. Yeah,
And I think you do I think like in plants, you do things in 3s and 5s, like spacing, something, I think. Well, he would know.
mhm.
Right.
But I think something with apples. So what do you think, up to 300? Or, we could leave it open, find out what he,
I'd rather just investigate and then figure
Yeah,
it out from there.
Right.
and
Okay.
find out what his, he probably knows about how
Okay.
much it's going to cost.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard just to have something set.
No, I agree,
in-
yeah.
in-
I have no idea myself, but I know he's really
I
creative
think
that
they
way.
call it flexible spending.
Yeah. And with this, I just kind of took what we did last time and just
Yeah.
got a quote, and
That's fine,
But-
Ron.
but
I
that was
wasn't
good,
very,
Ronnie.
it looked bigger on the catalog, that
No,
plaque.
but that's
When he
it.
told me, I'm like, it was kind of like, but
It's a good idea, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we were looking for.
gotta start, And he had bigger, but like Paul was saying, I don't think he does the carving and etching. I think it's like a
He
stencil
does
kind
the
of thing.
engraving and the face plates and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Right,
But
Yeah.
I think something,
Power carvers and stuff.
right, right.
Right.
something more personal might
Yeah.
be nicer under the circumstances.
I think if we did a hand carved, or like
Mhm.
a professionally done hand carved sign like that,
Mhm.
I think it would kind of go with the orchard more. It would look
Mm.
like it more natural to the,
More in keeping.
Do we want that surface plain flat?
I'm good with whatever he's creative.
Okay,
I'm sure it's gonna be lacquered up and all that, right?
right, polyurethane.
Yeah.
Well, I
but
think
keep
maybe
it
he
firmer.
probably would be more smooth, but it depends on his carving.
Well, because Kyle has a 12-inch planer. That's as big, as wide a piece as we can put through.
He may have
For
material.
the blank, just
He
for the
might
blank.
have his
He
own,
might have
hasn't he?
material there too. I mean,
I don't think he has a planer bigger than we do. I'd be
Well-
surprised, but I don't know, we don't know. I mean, anything's possible.
I think that
I know there's a planer.
first step, I think, is to speak with him and explain what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then get his
Really?
idea, because he is dealing with the wood.
Mhm.
So he's going to know approximately what, if you want a tree, it has to be something that has, you just can't have a squatty little tree.
No, I know. Yeah.
So you want it this way, because if you're having a tree grows up this way, or you're having a,
George Hamilton says apple trees shouldn't be taller than 10 feet.
well, that's if you want apples, I guess, I don't know. We use ours as a shade.
Do we need to see the carver here next meeting, or not?
No, I think.
No, but I
We
think.
send a couple people to go over there, for a meeting,
I think if you present him with what we're looking for,
Mhm.
and then let him maybe say, well, this is what
Okay.
this is what's gonna work, or
Mhm.
look the best for
Okay.
what you're looking for.
I think in the meantime, I have to find a picture of an apple tree, just to
Yes.
present him an idea of some kind of apple tree. If
And
you find it before I do, Gus, you send it
Well,
to
I was
me.
just thinking of maybe like, the Tree of Life, but I think maybe just a general, we'll find, well, he might have something.
right. And
I
I
mean,
I
he's a
may know
carver,
somebody
he probably
else.
has apple trees.
You got a picture ready?
Well, no, I mean, if this guy either doesn't have the time or it's a whatever.
Oh,
whatever-
another carver.
I might know somebody else
Oh,
who does it as a hobby on the side, but
Mm.
maybe willing to help us out, kind of
Mm.
thing. I have to talk to him.
well, you go your direction too, then,
Mhm.
see,
Yeah, we'll kind of.
knocking on doors.
Okay, so
Alright.
both of you will look into the possibilities.
We will revisit it next month.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, moving forward. Item D, we're gonna skip. Master Gardener's still on vacation. I have some UNH extension classes that I'd like to speak of. They came to me from New Hampshire Farm Bureau. June 10th and June 24. Experimental station researchers will center stage New Hampshire Department of Agriculture Markets and Food Spotlight Series on Granite State Agriculture. Personal interviews. The purpose of these spots is to introduce and expand our listeners' knowledge of the diversity of New Hampshire agriculture. This would be on the web, online, very simple. Actually, it's WNTK News Talk Radio, 9:15 in the morning on those two dates. June 15 at 6 p.m. is a Zoom meeting for first milk calves feeding systems, colostrum, immune systems of calves and survival systems and that type of thing. They will discuss the research findings of improving quality and quantity at the dairy research coming out of UNH Experiment Station. Again on June 15th, Tuesday from 5 to 7, there'll be a Shaker Village Twilight meeting exploring caring for historic landscapes, challenges and opportunities for landscape professionals. It'll feature a tour of the historic Canterbury Shaker Village, including discussions of care of the National Historic Landmark gardens, orchards, forests, pastures, ponds, and waterways, stonework, and infrastructure. Kind of an interesting meeting if you've never been to Shaker Village.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
There'll be a UNH Extension expert there to discuss everything. I don't see a charge, but I can forward the information to people interested. June 19th, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., Women Owning Woodlands Workshops, logging with their farm tractors. So all you girls and ladies out there who are interested in logging, cutting firewood, they're going to explore techniques and tractor applications and that type of thing, and safety. This meeting, a half-day meeting, has a $15 charge. Wednesday, June 23rd, from 6 to 8 p.m. online, New Hampshire tree twilight meeting, tree fruit twilight meeting. Discussion of management strategies for a couple of disease problems in apples. Intercepting immigrant apple maggot flies, sprayer calibration techniques, tips and reminders, and a question and answer session for growers and presenters. Pesticide credits are pending. Also, for those of us out there in New Hampshire that own land, Current Use Advisory Board, New Hampshire Timberland Association, is asking for help with their new current use landowner survey. I guess they want to update the rules and requirements and that type of thing and see where everybody's at. It's been 20-plus years since these rules have been updated, so the results of the survey are key to the continued advocacy work on your behalf and in support of the state's current use program. It's a survey online, www.research.net, New Hampshire Current Use. Very easy to print, copy, and forward back to them at your convenience. As of June 1st, 2021, all New Hampshire plant diagnostic samples should be sent directly to University of Maine Diagnostic Lab and not to UNH Diagnostic Lab. You can ask for Maine submission forms and contact information through us or through them. Something's going on with the lab at UNH, I'm not clear. This temporary change is necessary due to retirement of New Hampshire plant health specialist of the plant diagnostic lab. So they're in a process of hiring someone to continue that work. So just bear with it. Also, I received an email from Carl Majewski. He's up north, extension specialist. He has a summer corn evaluation class in 3 different parts of the state. One in Lebanon, one in Epsom, and one up in the Colebrook area. 4 credits, pesticide credits. I've attended this summer class a couple years, Ellen and I have, and very informative. Go right out in the field. We talk about what's going on, what it looks like, what to expect, questions and answers. Probably free. Very interesting if you're in the area. I'll give you the dates if you want, and or the contact information. Carl Majewski, extension specialist. And let's see. I got that. I think that's enough. Bear in mind, everyone, the ticks are out there like crazy, and we've never seen them this bad. Clean yourself off when you get in. Remove anything attached to you. With the new rain yesterday, we got new mosquitoes too. In my backyard, down by the river, poison ivy is
I
rampant.
was just gonna say poison ivy.
Rampant.
Have some,
I was attacked.
yes, Fell's Naphtha soap was what we always kept on
Right.
hand, and wash
Right.
your brown soap of any kind to wash your.
I mean, I
soap off.
mowed a field once, but it's already half grown back again from all the rain we had, so.
Just watering the sheep down there. I was covered in mosquitoes yesterday.
I bet, Ronnie, yeah.
Oh, down by the,
How are the new ones doing? They adapt yet? They in the shed?
They're doing good.
Or they're still outside?
They've been glugging water like we've all been the last 3 days here with the heat wave. Everyone's doing good,
We have new grandkids at our house. We have 5 ewes and a ram, right? On loan. Anyway, good to see them eating the grass.
you say you're buying a new freezer?
No. Okay, that's all I got for UNH Extension. Moving on is item F, horse sense.
Horse sense, well, seeing where we're in hot weather, caring for horses during hot weather is my topic for this evening. And just there's a lot of information here, and I'll try to be brief, and we'll do some quick facts, is to provide shade, airflow, use fans, and free access to clean water during hot weather. Avoid riding your horse with the combined air temperature Fahrenheit and relative humidity is over 150, especially if the horse is not acclimated to the heat. To cool an overheated horse, sponge it off with cold water. Repeat this until the horse is cool. If near a water source, use a horse a hose to spray the horse continuously with cold water. Contact your veterinarian right away if you suspect your horse is having a heat stroke, and horses can get heat stroke. So I'll do this brief in my minutes, but you should provide extra care to your horse during hot weather to reduce their stress and maintain their health and well-being. Sweating is a natural cooling. Horses normally cool themselves by sweating. The sweat evaporates from the skin surface and causes a cooling effect. Less sweat evaporates during times of high humidity. A horse that is working hard in a hot environment can lose 2 to 4 gallons of sweat per hour. Horses can acclimate to hot weather and humid weather conditions. Air temperature and relative humidity affect the horse's ability to cool itself. So keeping your horse cool. Summer is a common time for heat-related issues, but unexpected warm weather can add to the overheating, especially if the horses are not in shape and have long winter coats. So overheating can be from hot weather, high humidity, poor barn ventilation, prolonged exposure to direct sunlight, excessive work, transportation, and obesity. Provide free access to clean water. Always provide unlimited access to clean, cool, 45 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit water. At least an adult horse in a cool climate will drink about 6 to 10 gallons of water daily, depending on feed. They drink much more when they're working and in hot conditions. A horse's stomach can hold between 2 to 4 gallons of fluid without becoming over-distended. Reduce ride and intensity. If your horse is not in good shape, you want to limit your riding, maybe do riding in cooler temperatures in the morning. Adjust your schedule for riding in early morning or late at night. Keep the work light and include frequent breaks to allow the horse to cool down and regain normal breathing rate. Don't work the horse beyond its fitness level. Watch for normal sweating, create airflow, as I mentioned before, with fans and or hose them down with a hose with cold water. Even if you're not using them, they enjoy that. I used to hose my horses down just in the hot weather to get rid of the sweat. Consider electrolytes. If you're working your horse or you're traveling, electrolytes is good to restore the horse. If you add electrolytes to drinking water, also offer plain water. Some horses don't like the taste of electrolytes and will drink less. Only use electrolytes formulated for horses. Additional tips: provide turnout during cooler times of the day, use fans, provide free access to salt to promote drinking. Loose salt is preferred over a salt block. Clip horses with longer coats. Horses with Cushing's disease is to enhance cooling. Transport horses during the coolest part of the day. Make sure that the trailers are well ventilated and offer water often. Don't park in direct sunlight with horses inside. Watch horses with androgenesis who have little or no ability to produce sweat. I don't know if horses, I know my horse had Cushing's, but he didn't have a problem. These horses are prime candidates for heat stroke. Cooling overheated horses, spray the horse's neck, back, rump, and legs with a steady stream of cold water. Repeat this continuously until the horse is cool. Heat stroke is serious overheating condition in horses which may occur when the horses are worked hard in extreme heat or humidity. Contact your veterinarian if you suspect your horse has a heat stroke. And the signs are rectal temperatures above 106, rapid heart and breath rates that don't decline within 20 minutes of stopping exercise, whinnying and distress, dehydration with dry mucous membranes and prolonged skin tense of 4 to 10 seconds, muscle weakness, incoordination, and a collapse. Vital signs for normal horses suffering from heat stroke. So a vital sign for rectal temperature, Fahrenheit, in a normal horse it should be 99.5 to 101.5 at rest, up to 103 during exercise. Over 105, your horse is in trouble. Pulse rates per minute is 30 to 45, which is normal, 44, which is normal. More than 60 is serious. Breathing rate, breaths per minute, 8 to 12, normal. More than 40 is in serious range. So Acclimate your horse to the heat, recommend to a 15-21 day acclimation period for horses in cooler or drier climates, traveling to compete or reside in hot, humid climates. Warm weather infection diseases also are a problem. Hot weather brings an increased risk of infectious diseases that involve mosquito transmission to horses. Two important diseases in this category are West Nile and Potomac horse fever. West Nile causes neurological signs and muscle trembling, killing almost a third of the horses that develop signs. Mosquito numbers often soar in late summer as larvae hatch from warm pools. Owners can do 3 things to lower the risk of West Nile infection: eliminate or treat all standing water in the horse's environment or discourage mosquito hatching. Minimize mosquito bites by keeping horses indoors or prime mosquito feeding times, dawn and dusk, and protect with repellents. Ensure horses are well vaccinated against West Nile. This can include late summer booster vaccination in addition to vaccination in spring. So hope everybody has a safe and fun summer with their horses.
Thank you, Bess. I have a question. Why do you see every once in a while a horse with a blanket on right now in the heat?
Well, blanketing is, well, I wouldn't blanket a horse now. I mean, I know.
But I see it once in a while. I mean,
Yeah, well,
even in this town.
yeah, well, sometimes maybe the horse is old and or if they're, like most horses that are showing, they'll clip them in the wintertime, and they'll keep, because they don't want the coats to grow back, because they sweat, and it's harder to cool them off. But
Or is it to keep the horse flies off them, keep the ticks off
most
them?
people, if they're putting anything on, it might be a light skim sheet, like a light that breathes, and it helps with mosquitoes. Most people wouldn't put a serious.
And then how about the hood?
Well, some horses tolerate them, mine didn't, they used to play with them and rip them all apart. But it does, and I always feel that bugs will get up underneath and then drive them
Right.
even crazier than,
Because they can't eat with that face mask on, can they?
oh, yeah, well,
they
it
can?
only comes down over onto their
Oh, my
nose. It
mistake,
covers their
okay.
eyes
Okay.
and their ears, My preference is that they have a run-in, and of course, my horses had fans, so they just stand there in the fan
Right,
all
yeah.
day. They didn't have to go
They
out
knew better.
and fight off bugs. But if horses are out to pasture, and, a lot of people, everybody has their own, there's no really wrong thing. I mean, it's up to the person. But those skim sheets help keep the bugs off them, and the fly face. And some horses tolerate it, and that's fine. Many don't, so.
Thank
But
you.
usually they wouldn't have a heavy blanket on, it'd be just something,
It's just
something,
what I've seen,
something light,
yeah.
and a lot of
Yeah.
times they'll put them on when they're trailering, to keep them clean,
Right.
Keep them clean for a show sometimes,
Yeah,
too.
keep 'em clean
We
for
do
a
the same
show.
for the sheep
Yeah.
at the fair. They have the hoods and
You got blankets for the sheep too? Really?
I only use them at the fair.
Mm-hmm.
People that are in the wool business sometimes keep blankets on them for months at a time. But they have these new they're not canvas so much anymore. They're like a new breathable fabric. It's to keep the dirt and hay and grain and whatever
The
in
staining stuff on it.
It'll keep it. Because it keeps it out of the fleece and it keeps all the crimp pure. So when they want to harvest the wool, when they shear it off in the spring or the fall time,
So,
save it.
the other day going to work, we were driving early in the morning, we went by the Door Fabric Company,
Oh, yeah, over in,
Henniker?
no, it's out in Newport.
That's where I saw it, yeah,
Yeah, I've been there.
yeah. I'd never seen it before. They had a
It's
heavy
been there for
sheet.
years and years and
the sign.
years, because I
That's
hook-
all fancy?
It's for
wool?
rug hooking and other needlework, I've been there.
I
to-
see.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Huh. It was on the shore of
You
Lake
go out,
Sunapee,
you go out
actually.
through West Newbury and.
Yeah,
and to
that's
Sunapee
exactly
and-
where it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice area out there. That's
Huh.
where I go for my ride and drive, is West Newbury.
Really? Huh. There's hills there best like this.
There's so much water out that way. You ever notice that there's lakes and ponds? I didn't realize New
Yeah.
Hampshire had so many,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't realize it. In George's Mills, I mean, every other mile down the road,
Yeah.
there was another pond or
Absolutely, yeah,
another
yeah.
small.
I had never seen it before, but it's
Yeah.
interesting, Okay, treasurer's report?
Okay, we can
Carry
do
on.
that. Treasurer's report, the Agricultural Commission Farmers Market Fund account for the balance of 5/31/2021 is $1,353.23. The Community Garden Fund account is $1,154.01, with a combined total of $2,507.24.
Thank you. Any questions about financial? Review of draft minutes, May 12. I think they look very nice. Thank you, Secretary.
Welcome.
Everything-
Anybody look at
everything
them?
I thought it looked good, thank you, Beth.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Comments from the press, seeing none. Comments from the public, seeing none. Comments from the commissioners. Yesterday or day before, I was on my way to the landfill, maybe yesterday, transfer station. They're having a get-together at Willow Pond Nursery for Pete and Nancy Gagnon,
Are they?
June 26th at 12 p.m. RSVP, I don't have the phone number to give you. It's a Saturday noon.
Oh, this Saturday.
No, it's 2
Oh,
weeks.
2 weeks? Who's
Today's-
doing that?
Say again?
Who's doing that?
I'm sure the kids are doing it, I don't know.
Now, the house was for sale again, wasn't it? Or did it not?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The sign went away, and now there's this, celebration of life sign for Pete and Nancy.
So maybe the kids decided to keep it, the children?
I don't know. I think it's, just
Well,
to
that-
acknowledge Pete and Nancy, now
Well,
that
that'd be
everything's
nice.
calmed
So
down.
it's not this,
26th,
oh, 26,
About
okay.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
yeah.
I'll try to come over.
I'll get a phone number if you guys are interested,
Is it
send
an
to-
RSVP?
Yes. Maybe just to count the hot dogs and hamburgers, I don't know.
Well, it would be nice if some of us.
If nothing else, if I'm working that day up north, I was gonna get a card and send it to the family or drop it off somehow in the front door, acknowledging that the Merrimack Ag Commission really appreciates all their efforts and stuff like that. If we all don't go.
We could get Ronnie to take a picture of the tree up at Wasserman.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
That's a really good idea.
I can,
Can you send it to me, email, Ronnie?
Couldn't we get a nice
I could.
picture and we could frame it?
I have the perfect company to do that too.
I mean, that would be a nice thing to
Yep.
give them, wouldn't, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right, Bess.
I can get you a picture of it. We have some good
With the-
weather.
with the
we can probably
plaque,
get some good
so-
shots,
We don't have the plaque in time.
Well, that's for Eber and Trudy. We
Oh,
have
yeah,
we
you're
have
right.
we have the stone there,
Sorry.
already there.
You've been
front
out
of
in the heat
tree.
too long, Robert.
Wow.
Good thing I'm here.
No,
Yeah.
I think that would be nice to present to them. I certainly will.
You
Nice
know.
picture.
Yeah, and give me the number, I'll certainly call and,
I remember it's an 848 number, somebody's cell phone, but I don't know. Take a picture of the apple tree.
Want me to get a
yeah,
picture of
but
that?
do you have a frame? You
Yeah.
know, what kind of,
I'll
how
get a
big do you
frame.
think? I have a nice frame. I mean, if just,
No, I'll buy a frame. I just gotta blow it up to 8 by 10. You know what
because
I
I
mean?
picked up a. I
You
have
gotta
a-
send it to me, email, Ronnie, or have Carol send it to
Are
me.
you gonna print it like a photo printer? or you
Right off
gonna-
my printer,
Yeah, but wouldn't that,
color
wouldn't you
printer.
want like a nice printed out picture of it? Something real nice?
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, if it doesn't, then
It's the
I'll,
same thing CVS does.
really, yeah.
because I go to Staples and have it even blown up further.
Mhm.
If I don't lose the focus, and then buy a big frame to put it in. I don't know.
I'll grab a picture, we'll go from there. We'll-
It'll be at
we'll
least
look
8
at
by
it.
10, if not bigger, Bess? What do you think? 8 by
I
10?
think 8 by 10's plenty. I
Okay.
mean, you know, in case they have low ceilings like mine.
Yeah, we should do that sooner than later, Ronnie.
I think
Because
that'd
I'm out
be,
of town every
I just
day
think
now.
that'd be a nice thing for them to have,
This
don't
week,
you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, and I just,
that's a great idea.
I'm
Yeah,
off
I like
Friday,
that.
I'll do that.
too bad we couldn't have done it when it was in flower, but still. Does it have
Oh.
apples on it? You've been up there, I
It's
haven't.
got a bunch of flowers, but I haven't been
Oh.
back since Paul mulched it. I don't
Okay.
know.
Oh, Paul mulched it?
Has anybody watered it
Nice.
recently? We should probably water it too when I'm there, right?
It wouldn't hurt.
Actually did a pretty good job of that.
Go get 2 pails, at the garden.
Yeah.
The pails are there.
That much water, yeah?
2 pails, and pour one slowly, pour the second one slowly.
Mhm.
I put granular fertilizer.
Just right
on.
around the mulch. just follow your, or
Yeah,
around
well,
the base.
inside the mulch, you
Yep,
know, I mean,
base of the
you'll
tree,
see.
Yep, okay.
The mulch is what, this big ball? I mean, right?
How many gallons a week should that thing get?
It wouldn't hurt to have 10 or 15 a week.
Really,
but-
that much?
But it rained like crazy yesterday.
Right,
So, but they drink.
Yeah.
Now it has to fill the apple up, you know?
right.
Get more leaves and so on and so forth, so,
Okay,
you know, it's a nice looking tree,
when I get
so,
the picture, I'll water it for sure.
yeah. Pull the weeds out of the mulch you're seeing.
Yep.
Okay,
That it?
I think, so let me check.
Oh, comments from the press, all that.
We did
We've
all
done that.
Oh, we did? All right.
All right, so we
We've
take a picture of
passed
the apple
that.
tree, and call, Bucky. Next meeting is July 14th, anybody listening? You need information, don't be afraid to contact me or the town hall through our website. We have more garden plots available. It's really a cheap price for Merrimack gardening in town. Thank you all for listening. See you July 14th. There's no farmer's market this year because of lack of vendors. So everybody knows, no Merrimack farmer's market.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, the time is, sorry,
I make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The time is 7:50. Thank you all for listening.